Randy Wineglass, LMFT. Welcome to my channel, Man Up Mental Health. Today we're going to talk about the hidden enemy, how your subconscious mind sabotages your relationships. Targeted for men dealing with impulsive neediness, fear of rejection, and self-sabotaging patterns. Let's talk about the silent saboteur. Every time you panic when she doesn't text you back, fellas, every time you replay a breakup and your mind is on loop, that's not just overthinking, that's your subconscious mind. And it's hijacking your reality. So we're going to talk a little bit about how your subconscious mind hijacks your reality. In this video, we're going to break down what the subconscious mind is. Research from the University of California suggests that up to 95% of our behavior is driven by the subconscious mind. You think you're choosing, but most of the time you're reacting. So the subconscious mind is your mental autopilot. It's a database of emotional memories, beliefs, and patterns that run without your permission. The problem, most men never update the code. You're running on pain, not purpose. Fellas, when you accept this narrative of I'm not good enough as truth, your subconscious mind stores it, multiplies it, and applies it to every situation. You don't just think she'll leave, you expect it, even when there's no evidence, fellas. So the subconscious mind is always looking for patterns. It's always looking for these different repetitions and repetitive events that kind of filter in to our expectations. If you stay until the end of this video, you'll understand why your mind is repeating this loop and how to program it. This isn't just mindset fluff, guys. It's survival. So we're going to talk about how we can rewire this system. The subconscious mind's programming. It starts in silence. Your earliest experiences wired you to respond to love, silence, and rejection in very specific ways. As a boy, if you felt ignored or unsafe, your brain learned that silence equals abandonment. So there's this linkage, these associations that the brain kind of works off of. So now as a man, when she pulls away, your subconscious doesn't just see it as space, it sees it as a threat. Your subconscious, your brain has repeated this thought enough that space equals danger, silence equals danger. That's a linkage, an association there. So your subconscious feeds off of this. So you're not overreacting, you're repeating. The conscious beliefs don't respond to logic, they respond to patterns. That's why even reassurance doesn't even stick sometimes, because the wiring is stronger than words. So even though you're being reassured, you're being validated, it's that wiring that has more power and more strength than the validation. So you must update this emotional operating system, not just change the thoughts. Thoughts are just the surface level of the iceberg. The programming is beneath that iceberg. So the fear of loneliness is embedded, not logical. Loneliness isn't just emotional, it activates the same part of the brain as physical pain. In 2021, there was a study done from Harvard, and it found that chronic loneliness increased cortisol and stress, basically stress levels and adrenaline. So guys, just being lonely felt a significant amount of stress. Your subconscious links being alone to death. It's survival programming for thousands of years ago. Any sense of feeling rejected, being cut off from the tribe or the group, it increases that fear. That's why being left on red feels like a threat. Your brain is sounding an ancient alarm. Panic isn't weakness. It's the subconscious screaming connection equals safety. But in today's world, this wiring causes overreactions, causes clinginess. And you can't erase the fear, fellas, but you can retrain the brain to feel safe in solitude. That's why starting your day off alone and focusing on your goals, focusing on your objectives, not leading your day with text messages about how she's doing, focusing on yourself, anchoring into yourself, getting comfortable being uncomfortable is a way that you bypass some of that fear wiring in the brain. So this rejection sensitivity is a subconscious trap. Subconsciously, rejection confirms your worst fears. I'm not enough. If you grew up criticized or ignored, if you had an environment growing up where you're just beat down, this creates a subconscious filter, right? Neutral actions feel like rejection. The brain looking for these patterns. You text twice and you're texting multiple times, she doesn't respond, and your brain starts to fill in the blanks with doom and danger. The brain does not like uncertainty. So if subconscious mind seeks confirmation, not truth, it will find rejection even when there isn't any. She could be busy at work. She probably not even by her phone. But we look for this subconscious confirmation. This leads to impulsive behaviors like overtexting, begging. Healing starts when you stop chasing validation and you start rewriting the root belief. Taking some time out and just writing out a list of negative beliefs. What's the proof for this belief, the evidence for this belief? If you don't look for the evidence of the belief, becomes the evidence. So how about when a thought becomes a belief? Your conscious mind creates thoughts, but your subconscious accepts them as truth if the thought is repeated. So the more you repeat a thought, the more your subconscious accepts it. So saying things to yourself like, she's probably bored of me, she's probably tired of me. Saying it once isn't the truth of the issue, or the crux of it is believing it. Once that belief is locked into your brain, the brain starts to behave in alignment with this belief. Your day changes, your posture shifts, your tone changes, you sabotage this thought that was just a one and done. It's been repeated and you believed it. This is called a self-fulfilling prophecy beneath your awareness, fellas. You act from fear and the outcome confirms it. The cycle doesn't break until you challenge the original thought. So you have to challenge that original thought that triggered off this insecurity and this fear. You have to challenge your thoughts. Your thoughts are constantly being repeated throughout the day. I want to say 80 to 90% of thoughts are being recycled. The thoughts that you accept in the morning shape your emotional tone for the whole day. So starting off your day with positive affirmations, positive things that you can say to yourself. Your subconscious always scans for patterns. It will look for rejection if that's what you predicted, if that's what you're telling yourself. Just one anxious belief in the morning can hijack the rest of your entire behavior. We have to really, as men, put really big emphasis on our thoughts and our beliefs and what we're telling ourselves. That's why reprogramming requires morning mindset rituals, visualizations, self-affirmations, and grounding practices help to reset this filter, fellas. You must teach your mind to expect peace, not just to avoid pain. Men who don't do this stay locked in emotional reaction mode. That's why you see so many guys who keep overreacting and over responding when they're not getting text messages, when they feel like they're being rejected, because they're not practicing active challenging of those thoughts. Neediness isn't need, it's panic. It's the subconscious trying to pull your connection in at all cost. When she doesn't respond, your brain doesn't say, hey, be patient. It says, you got to fix this. That urgency, that kind of like that pull to act right now comes from the same survival response as that physical danger. So it feels like almost like your life isn't aligned with the reality. It's just the person could be busy. And when you're reacting to those negative thoughts and beliefs, it just feeds more into it. You don't need to fix the silence. You need to survive it. Train your subconscious to interpret space as neutral, not negative. This takes daily, calm exposure to discomfort. Daily, you have to get used to just being on your own, being in your own space, being able to reassociate and relink solitude with growth, with the value-driven life. Your beliefs will ultimately become your reality, fellas. The subconscious doesn't ask what's real. It responds to what's repeated. The more you think I'm not enough and I'm not good enough, the more your brain starts to look for this proof. This belief shapes your posture, shapes your tone, even your partner selection. So just over-identifying with that stinking thinking and that negative programming even directs who you choose as a partner. 2016 neuroscience study confirmed that repeated thoughts strengthen synaptic pathways. So just repeating thoughts over and over again deepen grooves in the brain, how it looks all wrinkly. Those are just repeated thoughts and repeated beliefs. You have to out practice the lie with truth. The subconscious does not care about what's good. It only cares about what's familiar. All right. So with the subconscious mind, you got to think about it like just a receiver. It's constantly receiving information, constantly receiving feedback that you believe is true. So why you attract what you fear? If you fear abandonment, your subconscious will attract relationships that confirm that abandonment. Okay. that confirm it. It's a confirmer, not because you want to suffer, but because your brain seeks the familiar. We recreate patterns to subconsciously win what we couldn't in childhood. You're not weak, you're just unfinished. You chase healing through pain, but then it backfires on you. You must teach your subconscious what safety and consistency feels like. That begins with you showing up for yourself. You got to show up for yourself. You have to love yourselves. You got to show up for yourself, guys. Reprogramming starts with awareness plus repetition. Let awareness be your superpower. You can't change what you don't face. Subconscious healing starts with awareness. Use triggers as a GPS system to locate the belief that's underneath. Once you name it, replace it with a counter belief. Actually, I am safe. I am whole. I am wanted. Put it around stickies around your house. Put it on the walls in the bathroom in the morning when you wake up. This isn't just mental. You got to speak it, write it, and you have to feel it. Visualization strengthens your belief system through the power of imagery. Having it written down and seeing it makes a big difference. Breath work, movement, daily mantras helps to retrain the nervous system. Talk about this a lot in therapy. Repetition isn't weakness. It is the rewiring process. It helps to start the healing. You are not your programming, fellas. Leave with this. You were taught to fear. You were taught to chase, taught to doubt yourself, but you weren't born that way. You see a baby, how precious they are, how beautiful they are. We're not born with this. Every destructive pattern is a story that your subconscious mind has memorized. It's not about who you are. Claiming your power means taking back that authorship. You have to write your stories. Talked about this, about the power of words. You can write a new narrative, one where space doesn't always equal abandonment, one where rejection doesn't mean, oh, you're unworthy, oh, you're not good enough, one where you're not prisoner to your emotional reactions, and you're not broken, you are becoming more aware, and that awareness is the key to your freedom. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this stuck with you, let me know. I'll be doing some coaching sessions soon. If you guys are interested, WYNGLASS. Reach out to me. I'll add you to the list. Limited slots, guys. I'm booked with clients. Wineglass7@gmail.com. Randy Wineglass LMFT, California and Florida.